Greetings and welcome to my World of Tanks video. So this video is about the Talon contract specifically, although I'm really going to talk about contracts in general. But since I'm personally doing the Talon contract, we'll throw information that's relevant just so that it keeps it, unified. So the Talon Tier 7 Soviet medium tank, that eagle design on the side looks pretty wicked. So it's really cool. But the thing about contracts is this: every contract is a little bit different, and whether you can do a contract is less about you as a player and more about, do you have the tanks that meet the requirement to finish this contract. Now, right up front, I'll tell you, if you're looking at a contract and you think, wow, I could probably do that. Wow, I'm short of this. I don't have this level of tank or this level. If you go to Cold War, those Cold War tanks count. They're, usually, for example, most of the Talon contract requires a tier 6 or higher medium. Well, what if you don't have a tier 6, or what if you have only one tier 6 medium? You're like, well, that's going to be hard to do. I got to run the same thing over and over and over and over. It gets old, okay? You go, well, wait a second. I can use Cold War tanks. So let me show you some Cold War tanks that you could use, for example, in the Talon contract, all right? Let me back out of this dude, Cold War. And the tanks are here. I said here. That was one of them. Now, these green ones, these are the regular tanks. That's what you saw was the M46A1. This tank is literally free. You go to Cold War, it's free. Now, you have to complete the, required experience to unlock these other three, which I have unlocked, but I haven't bought because I'm not worried about it. I'm doing bigger things. Now, this is another one. And this tank is, now the thing is, these free tanks, this M46A1 is surprisingly good because it doesn't fight things that are substantially better. Same thing for the Centurion 2. So this one, I did Centurion 2, free tank, got through the deal, unlocked the light tanks because I'm a light tank player. So I got this one, played for a while, go, man, I got to go through this garbage. Well, I was doing the big top contract. I go, ooh, I can use this and this on the big top, sold. So I did that, got the big top contract, got this one I wanted, which was the Scorpion 90, the Era 2 version. And then it's like, okay, and I've unlocked this dude here, Centurion Mark 11. And I got to go through all this baloney to get this dude, which is the W5, Era 3. That'll be, or VFM, sorry. That'll be great. So let me go to the Red Nation. Red Nation, free T-44A. It's not that great, but it's just good enough. This will help you with your contract. This one is a light tank. This is a free one. It's not very good. Super fidgety. Like, it just moves like this. Which is good if, it's okay. I got to be really good at it. But, whatever. But that's another free tank. Let's go to green. Green, we get the M50 Sherman, another free tank, the only good Sherman in the entire World of Tanks franchise. This tank is very good. When you get all the upgrades. Let me show you this tank. So this is the M50 Sherman. It's a butt kicker. That stripe on my barrel is a mark of excellence. You can get up to 3 of those. I got the first one, which is cool because it's good. Now we go look at the upgrades. Okay, so this one has, the first upgrade is first upgrade is what? Equipment slot. You go from 3 to 4. Then you get the hull patch. Then you get a radio. You get an engine, suspension, $1 million, $1.1 million gun, and it's worth it and good. Another radio, a turret upgrade for extra HP. And this unlocks the, whatever tank, the Terran 4. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm literally never going to go and do this Terran business, as far as I can tell you at this point. So this tank, very good. It's one of its key attributes is that it has a really fast rate of fire. You see this reload time, 2.92. Pretty awesome. Hit points with the upgraded turret, 1700. This is a really good tank. In fact, let me show you something. I played this game yesterday. Just to give you an idea, when I say the M50 Sherman is a good tank, I'm not just, talking to hear myself talk. I'm giving you the legit deal. I hadn't played this in a couple of weeks, and I was like, man, I was working on my contract, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go get a daily double off of this Sherman. It might take, 1 or 3 games, depending. Well, it was the first game. First game, Sherman M50. I got daily double and then some. I got an MVP. So this is how good it is. Its primary advantage. It's got good mobility, but it's the fact that it has a under 3-second reload. So I got into positions where I was able to just drill people because my gun reloads faster than theirs. And so on the move, as you're circling a guy with that less than 3-second reload, it kind of can be bad for the enemy. So this is the thing. It's a little weak in the beginning when you first get it. As you get to second, third, fourth upgrade, it's getting better and better and better. But like I said, it's a free tank. You don't even pay money for this. You'll pay later. Now, the upgrades are more expensive than World War II. But that's okay. These make a lot more money, too. So, and when you get to the point of the 1.1 million silver gun, you buy it. I mean, that gun is really good. There are some guns on Cold War tanks that aren't worth the upgrade price. This one is. The turret is also worth the upgrade price. It's about $700,000 for the turret upgrade to go from it's either 1450 or 1500 goes up to 1700. So the M50 Sherman is a great medium tank to use for the contract of, say, any of those medium tank contracts. The Talon is what I'm working on. So let me get back to that for you. All right. Now we're back at the Talon contract. Now, right now I'm on stage 6, and I'm working on just finishing off the blocking because I got the other stuff done. What you're going to need to do is you look through this one, stage 1. It'll tell you what you need. And this is how you evaluate, can I do a contract? This stage 1, they're all the same. You can use anything on stage 1. It doesn't really matter. Stage 2, now it goes to, you need to have a a heavy tank or artillery, tier 4 or higher, which includes Cold War. That's pretty easy. Then we go to medium tank. We're on stage 3. Medium tank 4 or higher. Not too bad. Medium tank 4s are stuff like Panzer IIIJ, M3 Lee American, things of that nature. Stage number 5. This is the hardest stage in the contract. It's medium tanks only, tier 6 and above. It's that top one that says, whoops, deal damage equivalent to twice your maximum health or more in a game 4 times. And that is a toughie. Now, I did do it. I tried to do it and almost made it using the Cold War tanks, but they have such a high hit point that Sherman is a 1,700 hit points. That means you got to get 3,400 hit points of damage. That's a great game. I was MVP. I didn't even get 3,400. So you can do it. Now, you might be a much better medium tank player than me, and that would be okay. I did that stage 5 by using the T-34-88 and also the Britannia Panther, which is a French captured Tier 6 Panther tank. And there's a couple other ones, the Tier 6s that you can use that are pretty good. Everyone has a different stash of tanks. So if you've gotten, I have a video that shows you how to get the unyielding assault pack. If you have Game Pass, or if you want to sign up for temporarily for Game Pass, you can get them for free. In there is a Tier 6 M4 improved and a Tier 6 T-34-85M. So if you have Game Pass, or if you have the option to get the trial for Game Pass, get the trial, go and download it. It's a $48 tank package you can get for free, or free-ish by paying for like 1 month of Game Pass, things of that nature. So there's an extra way to get it, because otherwise they sell it in the store. The T-34-88 is like $20, and that's the discount price. It's the sale. It's on sale for $20. That's the thing. You got to look and see the tanks you're going to need. Do you have these tanks? Like on Stage 5, do you have Tier 6 or higher mediums? Tier 6, Stage 6 is the same, 6 or higher. 7 goes up to 7. You got to have Tier 7 or higher mediums. I have a few, I have enough, put that way. Same thing. This is Tier 7. So Tier 7 on Stage 8. So that's the thing. When you're evaluating a contract, if you don't have, if you really want to take the quickie look, just go to the final 2 or 3 stages. That's where they're gonna hammer you. Because it's like, now if you look at, for example, let's see what we have in contracts to look at. The machine, dude, that one's super hard. You're gonna have to have Tier 10 tanks, all right? I'm just telling you. Go to the end. So on Stage 8, what does it say? Stage 8 says Tier 10 and above, medium and heavy tank. Do 507,000 tank experience. Well, now Cold War tanks count. I can do this. I haven't done it, but I could do it because I have the tanks. Now, I have a Tier 10 Arnie tank, and I have a Tier 10 Russian 7.8 Object 780 if I wanted to do it. But I'm going to trust me on this one. It's a lot easier to do it on Cold War than it is to use those Tier 10s. But what is this one? This one's also Tier 10. So this is the butt kicker, Tier 10. Stage 7 is Tier 9. Stage 6 is, down to 8. Well, actually 7. So the thing is, you're going to need 10s or higher Cold War to do the machine. All right? Slapjack is another 7. Not a big deal. It'll be about the same as the Talon. Let's go take a quickie look at this dude. This has 10 stages. Okay, stage. Come here, you freak. What the? Oh, it doesn't have. It only has 8. Okay. So Tier 8. Stage 8 is 7. No big deal. It's gonna be the same thing over here. Stage 7. Tier 7. Tier 6. It's basically the same as the Talon. Roughly the same difficulty. Actually, a little bit easier because that one Stage 5 challenge in the Talon is a toughie. That was a tough. The Stinger, I've already done that. That was an easy one. That's a Tier 6. Great tank. Right now, this would be the first one I would recommend someone try if they've not done a contract, if it's available. I'm not sure if it is actually, but Talon goes off, and with 10 days, I'll have that done in maybe 4 or 5 days, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm kicking its butt solidly. So that's the thing. Now, check back every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, there's a new chance that you might have a new contract. Maybe it's probably every 2 weeks, but I go check any Tuesday every time. Because there are some. Now, let's go look. I'll show you where you can find the other ones. We're going to go, whoops, this is Cold War. Let's go to World War II. World War II it is. So we're going to go to the tanks. Here. I said go to the tanks. There. Now, I'm on American. That orange bar on American. Now I'm under Premium. And now I'm on the far right under the Mercenary. These are the contract tanks. The contract tanks you see in green are ones that I own. Now, I'm going to tell you the things you need to do. For long haul purposes, one of the best tanks in the game is that Tier 3 Thresher, that black one on the far left. Yeah, it's a Tier 3. It doesn't take very long. It takes like 3 or 4 days to do the contract. It's no big deal. But it scores like you would not believe. Realistically, it's about a Tier 3.5. So it will maul other Tier 3s for the most part. That's what's so good about it. The Needle is another great one. This is a Tier 4 small heavy tank. Really good in certain operations. And the rest of these are all, random stuff, whatever. Stinger's a good light tank. Tier 6 light. Stubbs, that's a fun, goofy tank. But it's a fun tank to play. Just a good goof off. Reach, never played it. Big Top, haven't played it yet. Don't have any stuff in it. Jammer, tried it out. I didn't care for it. But, hey, it was free. It didn't cost me anything. So that's one thing great about contracts. You can do stuff in the contract. If you get it, it's like, well, I don't like this tank. Well, how much was it? It was free. So what? Okay, so that's how you can tell, what's available total. Do whatever floats your boat. The 10 contracts like the Machine and the Chisel and the Tusk are super difficult. I'm not going to tell you to do those. Those are for people who've done multiple contracts and really know. Literally, the Machine contract takes a month. Okay, it's a grind and a half. We were trying to help my friend. Armored Wraith. He did the Chisel contract. I did the Tusk contract. We started at the same time. I finished about a week or so ahead of him because the Tusk is the easier contract. You think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. I don't need a Tier 10 medium. The Chisel. I bought the Tier 10 Arnie because it was Arnold Schwarzenegger, not because it was Tier 10. I don't care about that. That contract for the Chisel was super long, and I named it Chisel Prison. My friend, he did it the final day. Man, he barely made it. He said it was just kicking his butt. It's just a mental grind that it's just not fun at all. He was running mediums all the damn time. And it just took a lot out of it mentally. I did the Tusk. Wasn't a big deal. I kept it, fresh. And that was the key. So I don't recommend those Tier 10 contracts. Do a contract because you think it's fun and within your grasp. And what I did was really hilarious. While my friend was he was in stage 8 of the Chisel. I go, dude, I'm on the Chisel now. He goes, so really, where are you at? I go, well, I'm getting close to working on, stage 5. He goes, oh, really? That's good. He goes, I go, yeah, that's awesome too. Because when I finish stage 5, I'm out of there. I'm going to get my 3 days of free premium time and get the hell out of there and go do the Talon. He was like, you jerk. I'm not doing that Chisel. You think I'm stupid? I don't need that. If you want to do one of those, for yourself, that's fine. Just, as a status symbol, that's like, hey, I did one of the Tier 10 contracts. And if you do that and finish the contract, you're not bad in any way. And so there is a slight status. Like, well, yeah, I've done one of those. I did the Tusk. I'm a light tank player. And I had seen the Tusk. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for that dude. Because that would be fun to have a Tier 10 light. And so I did it. It was cool. I got a couple of good games out of it. But, it's like, don't let people tell you what will make you, don't let them dictate. Sorry. Don't let them dictate to you that you're not a good player because you haven't done fill in the blank. I don't care what you think. I don't care what anyone says. Well, you're not really good because you haven't done 2 Tier 10 contracts. Okay, if you say that, that doesn't make it so. It doesn't bother me. Well, I showed you guys a random one game, just one game pulled out of the hat. M50 Sherman, MVP. the M50 Sherman is a really good tank. I like it. Okay, and I'm not even a great medium player, but I had a great result. I know exactly how good I am and what I'm not good at. I don't need someone to tell me for their validation. Who cares? Because the reality is I do things that they've never done. And so anyone who tries to tell you you're no good because you haven't done fill in the blank, that person, block. I'm not even interested in talking to them because they're jerks. It doesn't make someone great. One of my friends, I'll tell you, he did, oh, geez. I want to say, now he's done all three, the chisel, the machine, and the tusk. He's done the chisel and the machine again, I think, a second time each, just because he wanted the silver and all the other little bonuses that came with it. Because he said, well, there's nothing else to do. He had dead time. He goes, I'll just do this and just get paid. And if something good comes along, he would dump out. But nothing good came along during the time he was doing those. So he just did them again. So he's like done double chisel and double machine, but only the tusk once because that was, he was like, yeah, that sucked. He didn't like it, even though he's a really good light tank player. So that's the thing that guy has done more tier 10 prison is what I call him. He's done more tier 10 prison contracts than anyone I know. So if someone tells him he sucks, and he's not good, he's like, yeah, whatever, bro. It doesn't bother him either. Oh, by the way, he's a Marine. So it's like, yeah, that's like water off a duck's back. So we're not worried about letting people try to dictate to us, oh, you're no good or whatever. I don't care. You know what? I want you to be the best you can be in having fun playing the game and doing whatever helps you. And if you do one contract and you enjoyed it, fantastic. If you never do another one, who cares? I don't care. But now I would recommend keep your eyes on those contracts. Look for those. I did the caboose. You saw that. That's not a really good tank, but it's a goof off. If you want to goof off with it, hey, goof off. It's fine. The Thresher is a real scoring tank, though. That one's really good. So is the Needle. You'll enjoy having a Needle if you're going to do operations. Because when you need a tier 4 heavy tank that's good, well, the Needle is good. So there's a lot of options, and contracts give you extra options to have more fun. You might like one contract and not another. Fantastic. Do whatever makes you happy. And if you don't want to do a contract that's too hard, like, man, my friends oh man, the guy who did the multiple tier 10s, he was getting hammered by that stage 5 Talon because he wasn't able to get the scores. He was pushing it too hard. He was trying to do it. He was trying to force it, and you can't force it. You just got to go with the flow and play it that way. And I know it sounds weird. And so, I did the video of that and I told him about it, showed him the stuff, and he was like, so he's gotten some of those. He hasn't finished that section yet, but it's hard. Now, it's on a scale of 10, it's probably about a 7. It's not that difficult. There's some harder parts. The tusk, spotting, that dude was hard. And once I learned how to, I would just pounded it. Oh, dude, it was killing me. It was on October. It was killing me. And I was doing it. And I was like, man, this is not really great. And I finally figured out how to do it. Man, I do it all the time now. I had a game the other day, 3,000 spotting assist damage. Whatever, dude. Ooh, get equal to your equal spotting assist to your hit points. Most of my hit points are 1,500 or ballpark in light tanks in Cold War for that Tusk contract. 3,000 the other day. I mean, I used to make photos of those. Now I do it so often. 3,000. That's not good enough to make a photo. I need 4,000 or 5,000 to make a photo now. So it's just one of those things. It's a skill. Like if you remember riding a bike. Riding a bike was hard to learn. Tying your shoes was hard to learn. But once you got those skills, swimming was hard to learn. Once you got those skills, you're like, whatever, dude. It's in the bank. So that's the thing. Have fun. Hang out with people that have fun. Learn from people who want you to have fun. Don't hang out with jerks. You're not good. Well, maybe you aren't good, but if you're having fun, then you're a good person to be in a party with. You might not be the best player in town. Who cares? Be the best player that has the most fun. No one can ever take it from you. Be good at whatever you want to be good at, and then do whatever. That's the thing. But I want to show you contracts to give you an idea of how to frame, how to look at it and go, man, this is within my ability, Now, if you got a bunch of tier 3 and 4 tanks, you don't have any business trying to run the Talon contract. You're not going to make it, okay? It's too difficult. Your skills probably aren't quite there. But most importantly, you don't have the tools. So don't even worry about it. It's not about that. When you have enough tier 7 tanks to do the Talon or the Slapjack or the Big Top, well, that's when you do those. You do it whenever it's available, when it's within your reach. Okay? Don't try to reach beyond your grasp, as they say, because you're going to be miserable. Man, and the guy that was stuck in the Chisel prison, he's a great medium and heavy tank player, but it was just kicking his butt because it was like all day. He had to play the games like, hey, what are you doing? Chisel. I'm like, oh, God, it stinks. So now he's out. He's happy. He's free. Everything is great. So hopefully this helped you understand the basic structure of how to evaluate whether you have the stuff that you need to do the contract. And at the very least, go check out those Cold War tanks that are free. Get them, start goofing around, because if you start goofing around with them now, whenever you need them in a couple of 2-3 months, whatever, you'll have experience on them, get upgrades. And when you have the upgrades, you're going to be more ready to kick butt. Now, they don't take that long to get decent amount of upgrades. A couple of 3 days, you get a couple of upgrades for sure. Everybody's different. But inside of a week, you're going to have like 4 or 5 upgrades. All right? But that's the thing. Don't rush yourself. Don't join a contract on the final 7 days, never having done a contract. Go, I'm going to kick this contract's butt. It doesn't work that way. Make it to where it's less of a don't put the pressure on yourself. You get some payment in silver, which is fine. But just don't make a job of it. Make it fun. And if these contracts are not to your liking, now the Stinger is pretty good, but it's running low on time. So you might not get that one. Maybe the next ones that come up, you'll get some more, something that's more interesting to you. I don't know. Everybody's different. I'm going to do Slapjack after I do Talon, because to me it's a background. I just do it. I look at things and go, well, okay, when I'm goofing around, I need to goof around with medium tanks for this Talon. All right? So every time I play the Arnie tank for fun, it's counting towards my Talon contract. Okay? I'm not wacky. I'm not running a lot of in fact, I haven't run any fun artillery matches because they're not part of the contract. So if I'm going to do a fun match, I'll do a fun match in light tanks to make some silver, or I'll do fun matches in medium tanks that will qualify for the Talon contract, and not that way it's not killing me. I'm not like, oh God, I got to do 3 hours of Talon. This is going to be terrible. No, I played Arnie tank today. Got Talon credit. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Everything is great. So mentally frame it to where you do more than one thing at a time. You don't want to be stuck in contract prison. It's horrible. So with a little bit of thinking and getting ready, you can be, ready to take on a contract that you can do. The medium contracts, you get, medium size, like the Slapjack and the Talon. Now, the Talon, I've been really laid back on that one. I can do that easily in under 2 weeks. But I have to do it harder. I'm not doing that. I don't care. If I don't get the Talon, I don't care. Oh, it doesn't matter. So I'm doing it at my own pace. I got 10 days. I can do it in 5. Easily. With no effort, 5 days. Okay? So in 10 days, whatever, dude. It's easy. Because what I'm going to do is, the trick on those contracts, when I do stage 7 and 8 of the Talon, it's going to be strictly daily doubles, which are the red stripes. You see this Sherman in front of you right here, this Jumbo Sherman. That red stripe means that I haven't played it today. And the first win I get on that, I get double bonus. You know, I get double the normal. So if I got 1,000 tank experience, it'd be 2,000 because I won a game. And I'm going to do that one. And when it's done, like this one, I did the Eagle today. Done, gone. Did the Freedom. Done, gone. Did the Astron Rex. Done, gone. You see how it works? And I'm getting double. This is double bonus, double bonus, double bonus. Okay, I haven't done these. Iron Arnie, I did it, but I didn't get a win on that tank. But now I'm in a different section, so I need to, whatever, it doesn't matter. I used the Panzer V M10 double bonus. So you see the double bonus in the Britannia Panther. Okay. T-34-88, one of the main workhorse tanks of the Talon contract. So I got this and then did it and then pounded some more because it's really good. Don't have any equipment in this tank. I have equipment and I haven't played it yet. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it in stage 7 and 8. No, there's no rush. So that's the thing. So hopefully this contract stuff has been broken down for you, giving you a much better grasp of how to do it and how to have fun doing it. Because if you can do a contract where it's not a chore, it's way better, dude. I'm just telling you. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, learned something from it. You know, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. You know, I'm glad you were here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.